We're now listening live to On Air with Sir.
Yeah, welcome back to On Air with Sir. It's your man, Sir. And right now, I got my boy calling again. All right, all the way from Hawaii. My boy Prince Dykes is on the phone. He has a very interesting thing going on. He has a children's book about how to invest. I didn't even know kids can invest. Prince, what's going on, man? How you feeling tonight?
Hey, what's going on, sir? I'm feeling pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. So where do we get off with writing a children's book about how to invest? I didn't even know kids invest.
You know, a lot of us don't, and that's why I thought this book would be very important. It stemmed from, growing up, my parents, we went to Disney, and we had the Nikes, and we, went to McDonald's, all the other good stuff, and my parents was never really big into investing. They said, hey, just get a job, save your money, and retire one day. And I said, okay, cool. So, as I got older, and after, going to school and finishing up school and earning my certifications and stuff like that, I started to learn about the market. And I was wondering how these other people was investing. And when I learned about the market, and I looked at the historical data, I went back and, I asked my dad, I'm like, Dad, back when I was 2-3 years old, I don't even remember going to Disney World, but, why you didn't invest in the Disney? Back when you took us, Disney was like, $2 or something or whatever. Why you didn't invest? And, they just sat there and they said, I just never thought about it. I just never knew I can do that. So when I thought about that, and I was like, wow, if my dad had ran across something that opened that dialogue, it could have changed myself and my three older brothers' lives. So I decided to, hey, you know what? How about I never heard anything, like you said, I've never heard anything about investing and stuff like that. And I have my son name is Wesley, and it's something that I do with him. We've been on YouTube now for some years. We got over 120 something videos up about starting accounts and investing and all of the good stuff like that. So it's just a little fun, friendly way that I think that it is geared for children to understand, but it's also great for parents. It's very good for parents to open up that dialogue with their kids about investing. So that's what, put it in my head to say, hey, let's just sit down and just write something about what we have already been placing out on YouTube and websites and blogs and different stuff like that. We just put it into a little fun book, a lot of colorful illustrations in there with Wesley and myself, and we talk about this stuff. So,
all right, now real quick, because a lot of people don't know about investing, like myself. I have no idea how it works, how long I got to sit the money in there, blah, blah, blah. Let's just break it down to really, really simple math. So let's just say I wanted to invest in Apple because the new iPhone 7 is coming out and Apple's doing so good. How do I start? How does it work? How long do I have to wait? Give me just something real quick to understand.
Well, something real quick to understand is that, first when you go into it, you need to figure out what your goal is. Hey, is this going to be a short-term goal or a long-term goal?
I want it to be, let's just say I want it to be a short-term goal.
Okay, let's say if you had a short-term goal. Well, you're anticipating the big jump in the stock. Right now, I want to say Apple is trading for about $130 per se. So let's say if you put money into Apple right now they also pay a dividend, so you just get paid for holding it. But if it's short-term, which I'm guessing you're going to sell it within under a year, that's what's considered short-term, within a couple months or so, you can place in, if you wanted to purchase it yourself, you can go create an account with E-Trade or TD Ameritrade or Scottrade. Any of these, plenty of online brokerage accounts, Share Builders, a ton of them. You create yourself a brokerage account, which also on my YouTube channel I have a step-by-step video. If E-Trade is the way you decide to go, you open up yourself an account and you treat it just like a bank account. Whatever money you want to invest, you transfer it into your E-Trade account, you look up the Apple symbol, and boom, you purchase it. Just that quick, and that's simple and easy. And you sit back. If you're right, the new iPhone 7 comes out, Apple stock sinks off, you can turn around and sell it. Or you can say, hey, you know what? I want to keep this. Because one day, just imagine, where is Apple going to be in 10 years? Where will Verizon, Bank of America, these companies, where are they going to be at in 10, 15, 20 years? So, if you want to do the short-term way, you can stick it, you can just sell it. Just that simple and easy.
Got it. Now, what if I was doing long-term? What would change?
Long term is that now that, like I said, the stock pays dividends. Some stocks pay all the way from, nothing. I've seen some that go over to 12, 15% and dividend, which is crazy because most of us have our money sent into a checking or savings account that's drawing 0.10%. So you just put your money there, and what's going to happen is over time, you're going to collect a dividend check every 3 months. And what that dividend check can do, instead of taking that money, you can have it reinvested in a program called DRIP, dividend reinvestment program. You have that money going back into it, and you get more and more shares over time. So you can start off with buying one share. 10 or 15 years later, you can end up having, 2 or 3 shares
now,
just due to dividends being reinvested.
So how long have you been investing? And just rough number, I mean, how much have you made off of this?
Well, I don't know if the IRS is listening, so I don't want to get tricked.
well, I'm just saying, for instance, if you put in 100, but you got like $2,000 back one day, it's like, oh, okay, well, that's something great to hear from somebody that actually did it, because right now I don't know anybody that actually invests. So, I would be the first person out of all my friends to invest, which I would kind of feel like the guinea pig, right? I don't ever want to feel like the guinea pig. So at least if I could talk to somebody, say, hey, man, how much money did you start with? And, rough estimate, it can be a couple thousand off. But, just come on, break it down for us.
I would just say, I'll put it to you like this. The first time I saw Disney stock and I invested into Disney stock, it was at $40 and back in like 2010. The Disney stock was like $40. Also, McDonald's stock was around about $40 too. And today, both of those stocks are over $100. So if you do the math, that's either, that's right there. That right there alone is about 120% return just off of Disney and off of Disney and stock.
Right.
Also, I had another stock called USANA. One of my buddies, he's a network marketer, Randy Johnson, good friend of mine. He's a network marketer. He brought a company to me called USANA. When he brought the company to me, it was $25. Today, that company is over $125. This is the thing you got to understand, sir, is that people can talk all they want. I don't like to talk and say, hey, I did this.
Right, of course.
Twitter that I put up things daily about, results and stuff like that. But it's just, with the market, it's hard numbers. It's no way around investing. If you don't invest, what are you going to do with your money? What are you going to do with it?
Spend it. Yeah, that's all everybody does.
And then you got to think about it. It's this great thing called inflation. When you sit down with your grandparents, and your grandparents are like, oh, I remember back in the day, a Coca-Cola used to cost 5 cents, And now you're sitting here saying, man, I remember when gas used to be up under $1.
Yes, I remember when gas used to be $1. Oh, my God, yes.
Exactly.
So
you remember when you used to be able to walk to a vending machine with $1 and get like 2 3 items?
Yes. So quick question. So the idea, all right, so the idea would be like, let's just say I had $1,000, right? If I had $1,000, and let's just say I bought, let's just say the idea would be to buy as many shares as possible. So if I had $1,000, I bought 10 Apple stocks, and let's just say, let's just throw the number out. I throw out that it went from 100 to 300, and I had 10. That would be how I would make my profit.
Yes, that could be one way. That's one way you can do it. Now your $1,000 just turned into $3,000. And how much work did you do?
Right. Got it.
You get what I'm saying? Also, there's another thing. It's an advanced level called option trading, where you can trade options. So I want to get into that because it's a little bit more advanced. But that's the premises of it. Because think about it. We sit here and you buy all the iPhones. You work for Domino's Pizza. You're talking on a Verizon phone. Why not invest into these companies? Some people have been working for Coca-Cola for the last 20, 30 years and haven't put a dime into Coca-Cola. The building is just getting bigger and bigger, and the company is just expanding and expanding, but your paycheck is not changing. Where's your gains at? Because you're not connected with the growth. You got to become connected. Because some people say, well, I don't want to lose my money, and I'm skeptical of the market. Okay, tell me what else you're going to do. You have to invest in something, whether it's yourself, your business, your real estate, insurance. You have to put your money into something. And think about it. Everybody say, hey, I don't know what the market crashes. You remember when the market crashed in 2008? Everything crashed. The financial industry went under. Real estate went under. The federal government went under. Everybody went under. So everything is the heartbeat of the financial world is in New York on Wall Street. So why not? You see what the government did? The government said, "Hey, we cannot let Ford fail. We cannot let General Motors fail."
Right.
If the government is saying, "Hey, I'm willing to take Sir's money to make sure this company doesn't fail," why not invest into that company?
Right. All right. So real quick,
Ford,
how can
real quick, Ford only costs $15 right now.
really get the hell out of here?
It only costs $15 right now, and when the auto industry went down, it went all the way down to $1. Now it's back up to $15, and it also pays you a 3% annual dividend.
Yeah, I heard the
So
other
what else
day.
you know?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was actually sitting down with a financial investor, advisor, or whatever, and he was telling me that it's best to buy something when it crashes, because when it goes back up, oh man, because for some reason everybody runs away. Like when anything crashes or start going down, everybody runs away, and that's the best time to buy it. I never actually thought about that. I was like, oh, that makes complete sense. But all right, so listen, I gotta go. But how can people find out more about this children's book?
Okay, Wesley Learns to Invest is the name of the book. Next month it's going to be available on Lulu.com, www.lulu.com. Around about August, we're going to have it available on Amazon, Nook, iBook, Barnes and Nobles, all of the good things, and it's going to be on a few selective. It's going to be out in a few select stores. I definitely want to see people get out and support it. You can check us out on YouTube, Royal Financial Investment Group. You can just type in the word E-Trade on YouTube with a number 1, number 2 video that comes up. www.royalfinancial.com. Follow us on Facebook and to keep the up-to-date. But we're going to have it out next month. It'll be available hard copy, soft copy, and also electronic. So definitely please support this. I want to do more, but we have to support it.
My man. Well, I definitely appreciate you calling back up. Enjoy that Hawaii island weather, naked girls walking around and all that good stuff. And thank you so much for calling again, man.
All right, appreciate it, sir.
All right, so make sure I visit On Air with Sir for more information. But right now, we got to get to our next song.
You're now listening live to On Air with Sir.